Rupali saying welcome you all in our platform GS World. So I request all the students to come live and join the session so that we can start our session. And okay, so Aprajita has joined the channel and by the name Shrija. Okay, Shrija is here and Dilip, Ripunjay, very good morning and welcome to GS World. So let's start the session, and today let's see the highlights first, that what are going to be in our today's session. So firstly, as you all know that we have discussed about Samudra Setu 2 mission. So today we are going to discuss about Vande Bharat mission, Samudra Setu first mission, what is it about, and your Samudra Setu 2 vision 2 mission also. Alright, because these are the very important missions for your examination. So today we are going to discuss all these missions in our QR session, that is quick recap session. Later on we will discuss our top headlines in of today's, and after that we will have a practice session also for all of you. Alright, so let's discuss, and alright, come fast and join the session. Okay, so Ripunjay is sharing today's thought. We should be taught not to wait for inspiration to start a thing. Action always generates inspiration, and inspiration seldom generates action. And it is a thought by Frank Thibault. All right, it's a good thought, Ripunjay. All right, and first of all, I want to wish all of you a very happy Eid. All right, and enjoy to the fullest, and and just celebrate the festival, all of you. All right, so Aurangzeb, happy Eid to you, Eid Mubarak. All right, so now we will move to our session, and before moving, I request all of you to please like the session once. All right, keep sharing it with your friends in your WhatsApp group, in Facebook and social networking sites, wherever you want to share it. All right, and if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel and press the notification bell icon. All right, now this is our Telegram channel which you have to join for all your PDF and study materials. So let's see what is in today's QR session, that is quick recap session. We are going to discuss about Vande Bharat scheme or Vande Bharat mission. What is it about? So basically this is the mission that was launched in the year 2020 during the pandemic for the evacuation. Actually it was the evacuation process for the repatriation of the Indian citizens from other countries. So let's discuss what is the important in this news. All right, so let's discuss. So basically the Indian nationals stranded overseas due to the global coronavirus lockdown are expected to return under the Vande Bharat mission. So this was the objective of Vande Bharat mission, that those people of Indians or those Indians who were stranded overseas, they have to come back, they have to return to our country, and for their repatriation this mission was launched. Apart from this, further the Indian Navy has also launched Operation Samudra Setu. If we talk about Vande Bharat mission, in this your flights were used, all right, and your other ships were also used, like by the medium of air as well as by the medium of water. Both the ways were used for the repatriation of our citizens. But when your medium of water was used for the repatriation, then this mission was, or this operation was known as your Samudra Setu first operation. All right, so Operation Samudra Setu, that is sea bridge to repatriate Indian citizens from overseas. This is the mission that was named. Next is your Vande Bharat mission, is the biggest evacuation exercise to bring back Indian citizens stranded abroad amidst the coronavirus induced travel restrictions. So this is the important fact that you have to remember. Next point is, it is also considered as the largest exercise to bring back Indian citizens since the evacuation of 1,77,000 from the Gulf region in the early 1990s and the start of hostilities between Iraq and Kuwait during the first Gulf War, that you have to remember. Ripunjay, I have heard from some of my students that today is Eid, so that is why I wished all of them, and if it is not today, then happy Eid in advance. Okay, I think that today is Eid because most of my students wished me, and most of my students have kept the status on their WhatsApp and everything, so I think that today is Eid. Okay. Okay, let's see. And some people have seen moon also. Okay, so now we are discussing about Vande Bharat mission. So basically, this was the biggest evacuation exercise, and the first biggest. It is also considered as the largest exercise, but before that, early in the 1990s, during the Gulf War, also this evacuation process were happened, and at that time 1,77,000 people were stranded to their countries. Next point is Operation Samudra Setu. So Operation Samudra Setu was launched in the year 2020. All right, for the people, for the evacuation process of the people. So what is it about? Let's discuss. So Indian Navy launches Operation Samudra Setu, and here you can see, like, this is the place of Kochi from where your two of the ships were deployed for the citizens to repatriate them to our country. All right, so these were your INS Jalashva and INS Magar that were sent to different countries for the repatriation of our citizens. All right, so this is the fact that you have to remember. So the program named Samudra Setu by Indian Navy entails to bring back around 2,000 Indians in two ships during the first phase of evacuation. And what were these two ships? Number one is your INS Jalashva and number two is your INS Magar. These were being operated as part of efforts to repatriate Indian nationals from foreign shores. So you don't have to confuse, because this time also, like in the year 2021, your Samudra Setu 2 mission has been launched, and under this mission your 7 ships were deployed, and for what purpose you all know, for the oxygen cylinders. So you don't have to confuse between the names of these ships. Next is your Operation Samudra Setu 2. So you have to understand this thing, that Samudra Setu 1 was the mission for the repatriation of our Indian citizens from other countries, and this Samudra Setu 2 is launched by Navy, and it is for importing oxygen. Alright, so you have to remember this thing. Okay, so Varsha is here. Varsha and Rohit, Rajkumar, Nitish Kumar and Dinesh. Everyone is here. Nilakshi, Aman, Rahul, Aurangzeb, Pankaj. Very good morning to all of you and welcome to the platform of GS World. Let's move to our next point, and next point is Indian Navy has launched Operation Samudra Setu 2 for the shipment of oxygen-filled containers to India. Operation Samudra Setu was launched in May 2020 as part of the national effort to repatriate Indian citizens from overseas during the COVID-19 pandemic. So you have to be very clear with the difference, that if your Operation Samudra Setu is asked in your examination, then you have to remember that it is for the repatriation of Indian citizens, and if we talk about Samudra Setu 2, so it is for the importing of oxygen cylinders from our neighboring countries. Okay. So next is your some of the key points, because this time in this year your Samudra Setu 2 has been launched, so you have to be very clear with all the key facts related to this Samudra Setu 2 mission, and that is why I have taken some of the key facts for all of you. So first point is 7 Indian naval ships. At that time your 2 naval ships were used in Samudra Setu. First your 2 naval ships were used. One is your INS Magar and next is your INS Jalashva. But this time in your Samudra Setu 2 mission, 7 ships are being deployed. And which are these 7 Indian naval ships? You have to know the name only. Alright, you don't need to know that in which country they have been traveling. Alright, so what are these names? These are your INS Kolkata, INS Kochi, INS Talwar, INS Tabar, INS Trikan, INS Jalashva and INS Eravat. Alright, so Jalashva is also being used, but this time INS Magar is not the part of Samudra Setu 2 mission. And these have been deployed for shipment of liquid medical oxygen-filled cryogenic containers and associated medical equipment from various countries. Alright, so two ships like INS Kolkata and INS Talwar have entered the port of Manama, Bahrain to carry back 40 tons of liquid oxygen to Mumbai. Important fact that you have to remember that which of the questions can be asked in your examination, that which of the following ships have been deployed to Manama, Bahrain. So you have to remember that these are your INS Kolkata and INS Talwar. Next point is INS Jalashwa. Alright, I am giving you the facts and these are important, so you have to remember this thing. Alright, so that which ship is went on a deployment of oxygen cylinder in which country. Alright, some of these are important. Next is your INS Jalashwa is en route to Bangkok, while INS Airawat is on its way to Singapore. Alright, on similar missions. So now it is very clear that INS Kolkata and INS Talwar went to Manama, Bahrain. Next point you have to remember is that INS Jalashwa is en route to Bangkok. Alright, so it went to Bangkok. And next is your INS Airawat. It is on its way to Singapore. Alright, so these are the important ships that you have to remember that are traveling in different countries. Next point is you have to note it down that Indian Navy has previously undertaken similar evacuation operations as part of Operation Sukoon in the year 2006, Beirut, and Operation Rahat in the year 2015, Yemen. Alright, so these are some of the previous operations, evacuation process that have been taken place in the year 2006 and 2015. So in the year 2006, the name of the operation was Operation Sukoon, and in the year 2015, the name of the evacuation process is Operation Rahat. So these are very important key facts for your examination point of view, and that is why I have taken it in your QR session today. So I will keep updating these types of topics, these types of questions, some miscellaneous part in my QR session. So do not forget to miss this session and please join the class on time. So before moving forward, I request all of you to please like the session and keep sharing it, and please subscribe the channel also if you haven't subscribed it yet. Now we are moving towards our top headlines, that what are the important headlines of today's. So let's discuss. First of all, we are going to discuss about our International Nurses Day. Yesterday on 12th of May, we have celebrated International Nurses Day. So on which day it is celebrated? So it is celebrated on 12th of May. You have to remember its theme, and for which is the personality on which this day was memorized. So this was your Florence Nightingale, who was considered as the founder of modern nursing, or you can say that she was also famous with the name the Lady with the Lamps. On her memory we celebrate International Nurses Day. So let's discuss what is the important news about this. So the day is observed every year on May 12th to honor nurses. The International Council of Nurses, ICN, celebrated the day for the first time in 1965, and on 1974 May 12th was chosen to celebrate the day as it is the birth anniversary of Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing. So very important point that you have to remember. And yes, absolutely very good, Varsha. Varsha has commented the theme of this year 2021, that is a voice to lead a vision for future healthcare. Very good, Varsha. Alright, so here you can see that International Nurses Day is celebrated on 12th of May every year to honor nurses, and it is celebrated on the birth anniversary of Florence Nightingale, who is considered as the Lady with the Lamp, and she was also the founder of modern nursing. Apart from this, the theme of this year that is very, very important, and you have to note it down, and you have to note it down that what is the theme of International Nurses Day. So its theme for this year is Nurses, a voice to lead a vision of future healthcare. Alright, as Varsha has also already studied this point. And apart from this, if you talk about Florence Nightingale, she was born in 1820 and died in 1910, and she was known as the Lady with the Lamp, and she was a British nurse, social reformer, and a statistician, best known as the founder of modern nursing. These are the important facts that you have to remember. All right, now we will move to our next point, and again your next point is next news is very very important, and it is a geography topic also, or a little bit boring for some of these students and quite interesting for some other students also. So recently your volcanic eruptions has been seen in which area in the country of Indonesia. All right, and the volcanic eruption is seen in Mount Sinabang, which is located in the North Sumatra region in Indonesia. So here you can see it in the map also. All right, this is the portion of your Mount Sinabang, which is in the North Sumatra. All right, and in which country? In Indonesia. And this is your epicenter of the quake that caused the 2004 tsunami. So here you can see that this is the part of Indonesia. This is your Mount Sinabang, all right, where this volcanic eruptions has been seen. All right, and it lies in the region of Ring of Fire. If you have ever heard about Ring of Fire, this is the belt where your all the active volcanic eruptions or earthquake activities take place, and it is your around 40,000 kilometers belt, and I think 500 kilometers wide. All right, and it covers it is a horseshoe shaped belt. I'm going to show you also. All right, so here it is your Mount Sinabang, North Sumatra, Indonesia. All right, this is your Malaysia, Brunei, Borneo, Kalimantan. All right, this is your Thailand, Vietnam, and this is your South China Sea. You can see. All right, and if we talk about Indonesia, this is the island country. All right, and fourth most populous country also. Apart from this is also there. Around 17,000, more than 17,000 islands are present. Some of them are your Sumatra, Java, Borneo. These are the important islands of Indonesia. Yes, absolutely, Aurangzeb. It is the part of Ring of Fire. Mount Sinabang in Indonesia's North Sumatra province erupted, belching thick grey ashes of 2,500 meters from its peak to the south and west, according to the Volcanology and Geological Hazard Mitigation Center. And the eruption was recorded on a seismograph with a maximum amplitude of 90 millimeters and a duration of 246 seconds. So this is the important. You have to remember the name of the. Name of the volcanic eruption, that is it is taken place in Mount Sinabang. In which country it is located? So it is in the North Sumatra district of your North Sumatra province of Indonesia. All right. Yes, Aprajita is saying that more than 90% eruption take place in Ring of Fire, which lies in the Pacific Ocean. Yes, absolutely, Aprajita. The volcano has been active since 2010, when it erupted after nearly 400 years of inactivity. Indonesia is home to many active volcanoes owing to its location in the Ring of Fire, an area along the Pacific Ocean characterized by active volcanoes and frequent earthquakes. Okay, so let's discuss. All right, if we talk about, so this is your Australia part, the Australian continent. All right, and if we talk about this area, so this is your Asia continent. Okay, this is located is like South America. All right, and here on the above is your part of North America. All right, and how your Ring of Fire is located? Okay, so it is your this belt. Okay, let me. Okay, this region. All right, this part is considered as your Ring of Fire. All right, this is known as your Ring of Fire, and in which all of your majorly the major portion. Yes, my drawing is not very clear. Okay, and I'm very bad in drawing, but here you can understand only. Okay, just get a idea that what is your Ring of Fire. All right, so basically when it comes to in your map, this is like South America. Next is your on the above is your North America. Here your Asian continent is located, and next is your Australian continent is located over here. All right, and if we talk about the horseshoe shaped ring fire, so it is shaped like this. All right, and this is known as your ring of fire, which includes the Pacific Ocean belt. All right, most of the Pacific Ocean islands are included in this, and Indonesia and Indonesian islands, all the Indonesian islands, and apart from this, your Andaman and Nicobar are also lies in this portion. That is why this is the major portion where volcanic eruptions are being taken place. Apart from this, not your drawing is good. I know that my drawing is not good. Okay, apart from this, you have to tell me the name of the world's highest active volcano. All right, here my question is, you have to name the world's highest active volcano. If we are talking about volcano, then you should know that which is your highest active volcano and which is your second world's highest active volcano. Can you name it? All right, not, it is not active. All right, it is your world's highest, but it is your dormant volcano. Okay, but the second most highest after your first highest active volcano. Okay, Piyush is naming it. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's discuss. So basically your first highest active volcano name is Ojos del Salado. What is its name? Ojos del Salado. Ojos del Salado. Alright, and it is located in Ring of Fire region. Apart from this Ring of Fire, it is basically located in the between the boundaries of Argentina and Chile. Next is your second world's highest volcano, but it is not active. Alright, right now it is dormant. All right, earlier it was active in your 90s, but recently it is dormant volcano, and it is considered as the stratovolcano also. Okay, and the name is Lulai Laco, and it is also situated. Okay, Samir is saying Mariana Trench. Okay, no, it's not. Okay, your second world's highest dormant volcano name is Lulai Laca, and it is also present between the Argentina and Chile. Okay, so this you have to remember. Okay, so Ripunjay is saying the Ring of Fire is a region around much of the rim of the, yes, it is also known as the rim of the Pacific Ocean. It is also known as the with other names, where many volcanic eruptions and earthquakes take place. All right, and I will take up this session for all of you in detail, where I will be discussing your Ring of Fire. All right, and particularly I will discuss this nation, that is Indonesia, where lots of your islands are present. Your more than 17,000 islands are present. So we will take up a close look on your Indonesia as well as in Ring of Fire in our QR session later on. All right, maybe tomorrow only, or from in the upcoming classes I will be discussing in this thing in detail. Okay, because now we have to move forward. So keep it in mind. All right, and we will discuss all these things in detail in our QR session. Now we are moving about next point, and next point is quite dangerous also. All right, and quite fearful also. Why so? Because you all are aware about coronavirus. All right, you all were aware about that there are various variants are present in the country or in the world. But right now, what we are facing with other problem is your black fungus, or you can say it mucormycosis. So here we are going to discuss about this thing. Okay, so let's discuss. Different summits also, yes, definitely Sakshi, just wait for these sessions and I will definitely come up with all your problems. Okay, so you can mention it also, like Sakshi is saying that she wants summit, she wants the session on summit. So you can later on in the comment section, you can just comment it down, then I will note it down and I will take up your classes regarding that. Okay, yes, like G7, G20 countries, absolutely, don't worry, don't bother Sakshi, I will take your class on G7 and G20 also. Now we are going to discuss about black fungus and what is it. All right, this is not our second part of corona. This is not related to corona, but right now what happened that for the treatment of coronavirus or COVID-19 patients, we are giving, or the doctors are providing them steroids. All right, and those patients which are having some medical conditions, like if they are having like diabetes, or if they are taking some pills or for any other medical conditions, then what happened, they were given steroids for their treatment, and it leads to black fungus or mucormycosis in their body, and it is very fatal, and it leads to their death. So let's discuss what is it. So black fungus, basically it is in black fungus is a colloquial language, all right, and in scientific language we call it mucormycosis, and if uncared for, it will be turned fatal. And mucormycosis is a fungal infection that mainly affects people who are on medication for their health problems that reduces their ability to fight environmental pathogens. And apart from this, sinuses or lungs of such individuals get affected after fungal spores are inhaled from the air. And what are their signs and symptoms? Their signs are pain and redness around eyes and or nose. Next is they would be suffering from fever. Next is they would be suffering from headache, shortness of breath, sore throat, diarrhea, or discoloration of fingers and toes. So these are the symptoms of mucormycosis, even to the patients of high blood pressure also. Yes, Aprajita. So it is the second wave of corona. The patients of COVID are becoming more serious in such a situation. Many patients are being saved by giving steroids, and due to heavy doses of such steroids, many patients are getting the disease named mucormycosis, and that is black fungus. All right, so mucormycosis is the effect after the treatment of COVID-19. Like if the patient is positive, so the patient would become negative, then too she or he would face mucormycosis, and it leads to their death. Next is it mainly affects people who are on medication for health problems, which reduces their ability to fight environmental pathogens. Now we will move towards our symptoms of this disease. So basically, sinuses or lungs of such individuals get affected after they inhale fungal spores from the air. Warning signs include pain and redness around the eyes or nose, with fever, headache, coughing, shortness of breath, bloody vomits, and altered mental status. And their treatments are that they should be treated with antifungals, and if the problem is very serious, alright, and if the disease is very serious, patient is very serious, then it may eventually require surgery also. Alright, so this is the concept of mucormycosis that you have to know. Next point is floating ambulance service in Dal Lake. So it is the first time that any ambulance service is being provided in Jammu and Kashmir on Dal Lake, and the driver of this ambulance got infected last year in the year 2020, and so he developed this concept of making making a floating ambulance, all right, on Dal Lake. So let's discuss what is in the news. So here you can see it also. It is white in color. The service, which is expected to benefit thousands of people in the landlocked region, is the brainchild of Tariq Ahmed Patlu, and a houseboat owner in Srinagar, Mr. Patlu, came up with the idea of floating ambulance last year after he tested positive for coronavirus. Alright, so you have to remember the name, that is Tariq Ahmed Patlu, who has come up with this idea of floating ambulance on Dal Lake in Jammu and Kashmir. And this ambulance has siren also. It has a speaker facilities which are being used for announcements of important things. Alright, so very important that you have to remember. Next point is Mission Hausla. Alright, so recently one of the mission has been launched in Uttarakhand, and its name is Mission Hausla. What is it related to? It is related to the services that are provided for the people in Uttarakhand. Alright, so here some of the important acts that were done by the police of Uttarakhand, and that is why it is named as Mission Hausla. So let's discuss what is it. Here you have to remember this thing, that Mission Hausla is related to which state, or it is started by which state. So it is your Uttarakhand. If we talk about this, Uttarakhand police has launched a drive called Mission Hausla to help people get oxygen, beds and plasma for COVID-19 patients. Apart from this, the police are also helping the people in getting ration, ambulance, cremation of bodies as part of this mission. So they are doing a very good job. Alright, apart from this, if you talk about Uttarakhand, it is also known, literally Uttarakhand means northern land. Alright, earlier it was named as Uttarakhand, alright, and it was the part of Uttar Pradesh, but later on it got separated. Apart from this, this is also known as the Dev Bhumi, that is land of gods. Alright, if we talk about its borders, so it borders with Nepal, alright, Tibetan region of Nepal, and then China. Alright, China on the north side, and your Uttar Pradesh in the south side. Alright, and on the east side it borders with Nepal, and on the west it shares border with Himachal Pradesh. And there are 13 districts in Uttarakhand which are divided into two provinces, that is your Garhwal and Kumaon region. Apart from this, if we talk about the capitals of Uttarakhand, so there are two capital. One is your winter capital, that is your Dehradun, and it has summer capital also, that is your Garsi. So these are the important facts of Uttarakhand, and its related scheme is Mission Hausla, that is being recently launched by the police of that region. Next point is RBI, Reserve Bank of India, appoints new executive director. And what is the name of the new executive director? So Josh J. Katur is appointed as the executive director of Reserve Bank of India. This you have to remember. All right. Yes, absolutely. On 13th of November 2000, Uttaranchal got separated from Uttar Pradesh, and later on it changed its name to Uttarakhand. Okay, very good. And let's see, if we talk about Reserve Bank of India, so it got new executive director, and what is his name? The name is Josh J. Katur. If we talk about Reserve Bank of India, so it is the central bank of the country, and it is the regulating authority under the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Apart from this, before the establishment of Monetary Policy Committee in the year 2016, it had also the full control of monetary policy also. All right, and it had the full control of monetary policy of India. Later on in 2016, Monetary Policy Committee was established, and it got the control of your just speak slowly, voice is not clear. Okay, Nidhi, I will try to speak slowly. Okay, so this you have to remember. Apart from this, it was established under the commission, that is your Hilton Young Commission. Alright, and it was established on 1st of April 1935 under the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. It is headquartered in Mumbai. Now, the most important things that you have to remember. Alright, okay. I think my voice is clear or not? Just tell me once so that I can move forward. Whenever I am in flow, then I started speaking fast. Okay, so just tell me if I go fast, then tell me in the comment box that please be slow. Okay, because whenever I start explaining anything, then I have it in my mind, and then I just keep telling you. Okay, so just tell me. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the Board of Directors of Reserve Bank of India. That is very important for your examination. Alright, so if we talk about the Board of Directors, alright, so Board of Directors, so there are of your Reserve Bank of India, so there are 21 members in the Board of Directors. Okay, how 21? Let's see. So one is your governor. Alright, 4 deputy governors are there, which makes this Board of Directors. Alright, next 2 executive directors. Alright, 2 executive directors that are from 2 finance ministry representatives, not executive directors, 2 finance ministry representatives. All right, and next 10 executive directors, EDs, and after that your 4 regional directors are there. Regional directors are there, which are from your various regional offices like Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, or Chennai. All right, these are the regional offices in all the metro cities of India. All right, and these are the regional offices of Reserve Bank of India, and you have to remember this thing. Okay. Okay. Ma'am, it's clear, but it need to be slow. Okay. Okay, Sakshi, I will try. Okay, I will be slow now. We never thought that life would be so cheap and oxygen would be so expensive. All right. Okay, let's discuss what is important. Okay, come back to the topic. So if you talk about the board of directors, so there is one governor. All right, you have to keep naming. You have to name the governor, or you have to give the names of your deputy governors. All right, recently appointed one also. Next, you have to tell me that who are the 2 persons that are your ministry, finance minister representatives. You don't need to mention the names of the 10 EDs like executive directors, but you have to, and you don't need to tell about the regional directors also. Okay, so okay, Sakshi, amazing session this is. Thanks a lot for your effort. Kash, okay, it's okay if you like once, then it will be a million times for me. Okay, and your comment makes it a million times likes for me. Okay, so okay, yes, definitely I will maintain your speed. Okay, don't worry. Okay, get back to topic. Okay, now if you talk about the governor of Reserve Bank of India, so there is one governor. Just calculate it. 1 plus 4, 5. 5 plus 2 is your 7. 7 plus 10 is your 17, and 17 plus 4 is your 21. So it makes the board of director makes 21 members. All right, and if we talk about the name of the governor, so he is your Shaktikant Das. If you talk about the names of 4 deputy governors, we have already discussed in our class. That is your MD Patra, MK Jain, M Rajeshwar Rao, and next is your recently appointed, that is T Ravi Shankar Rao. If we talk about the 2 finance ministry representatives, so there are 2 finance ministry representatives in Reserve Bank of India, and one is your Atanu Chakrabarti. All right, Atanu Chakrabarti, again recently appointed. All right, and who is he? He is Economic Affairs Minister. All right, who is he? He is Economic Affairs Secretary. Economic Affairs Secretary, and the other one apart from Atanu Chaudhary is your Rajiv Kumar, and he is your Financial Services Secretary. All right, who is he? He is your Financial Services Secretary. So these are the important facts that you have to remember in your board of directors of Reserve Bank of India. All right, okay. You said no need to be slow. Okay. Thank you, Ashutosh. Okay. Now you understand. Okay, if you understand this topic, then say yes in the comment section and just forget everything. Okay, so now you understand that there are 21 board of directors. Number 1 is your governor, that is Shaktikant Das, and before that, in authority, in hierarchy, next comes your deputy governors. 4 deputy governors you have seen: MD Patra, MK Jain, M Rajeshwar Rao, T Ravi Shankar, recently appointed, and I have told you all these facts multiple times, so that is why I am not going to write it down. Next comes your finance ministry representatives, and from finance ministry representative, 1 comes your economic affairs secretary, and the name is your Atanu Chakrabarti, and next is your financial services secretary, and the name is your Rajiv Kumar. Very important facts for your examination. And among these 10 EDs, 1 ED that is recently appointed is your Josh J. Katur, that you have to remember. And next, in your examination, never EDs or the names of EDs or regional directors will not be asked in your examination. Okay. So you have to answer this thing, alright, you have to remember this thing, alright, only the recently appointed ones you have to remember. Next comes your NASA's spacecraft that is back to the Earth. So let's discuss what is this news about. So NASA, you all know that it is the United States Space Agency. Its full form is National Aeronautics Space Agency, which was established in the year 1958, alright, and it is headquartered in Washington DC, United States, and its president is Bill Nelson. So if we talk about the name of the spacecraft, so the name of the spacecraft or the mission is OSIRIS-REx. OSIRIS-REx, the mission. Alright, and what will this mission do? Here we are going to discuss. So NASA's originated spectral, it is the full form of OSIRIS, Originated Spectral Interpretation, Resource Identification, Security, Regolith, Exploration, OSIRIS-X spacecraft. This is the full form of OSIRIS-REx that you don't need to remember, okay, because it will not be asked in your examination, but for your information I have written here the full form, okay. And if we talk about this, so it is the spacecraft that departed Asteroid Bennu and start its 2-year-long journey back to Earth. Very, very important. You have to remember the name of the asteroid, that is Bennu. Launched in 2016. When was it launched? You have to remember its launch year 2016. OSIRIS-REx is NASA's first mission to visit a near-Earth asteroid to survey its surface, called collect samples from it. And about asteroid Bennu, if we talk about this asteroid, so Bennu is a B-type asteroid, implying that it contains significant amounts of carbon and various other minerals, and Bennu is considered to be an ancient asteroid that has not gone through a lot of composition altering change through billions of years, which means that below its surface lie chemicals and rocks from the birth of solar system, and therefore scientists and researchers are interested in studying this asteroid, as it might give them clues about the origins of the solar system, the sun, the earth, and the other planets. So that is why, yes, that is why this, you have to remember that this asteroid is very important, because after the studying of this asteroid, researchers and scientists would be able to understand the origin of solar system, the sun, and the other planets also. Because of its high carbon content, the asteroid reflects about 4% of the light and hits it, which is very low when compared with a planet like Venus, which reflects about 65% of the light that hits it. Alright, and now comes your last news, and recently your Madrid Open has held, and in this Madrid Open your winners are being awarded, and Aryna Sabalenka won the Women's Madrid Open title in women's category, and Alexander Zverev won its title in men's category. So you have to remember this point, like Aryna Sabalenka stunned world number 1 Ashley Barty to win the Madrid Open for the first time in women's category, and Alexander Zverev won his second Madrid Open title by defeating Italian world number 10 Berrettini in men's category. Okay, so these are the important facts, important headlines that we have discussed. Now we will come back to our practice session. So now it's your turn. You have to answer, you have to speak out, and for this you get ready with your keypads to start answering the questions. But before moving forward, I request all the students to please like the session once and keep sharing it with your friends. And if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe it and press the notification bell icon. So let's discuss what is the important news in this thing. Alright, Pawan, there are 21 board of directors, alright, and if you talk about members, so in which context you are asking, you have to tell that, then only I would be able to answer you. Alright, and Pramod is here. Very good morning. Let's discuss our next question, and first question is on your screen. You have to answer this question. You have to consider the following statements regarding Operation Samudra Setu 2 that we have just discussed. Alright, and your first statement is given. You have to answer that Indian Navy has launched Operation Samudra Setu 2 to augment the ongoing national mission for meeting the oxygen requirements. Next is your two ships, INS Varun and INS Shardul, have entered the port of Manama, Bahrain, for embarking the transporting of 40 million tons of liquid oxygen to Gujarat. This you have to answer. You have to choose the correct statements from the following codes, and you have to answer that which of the following, if you are answering any option, then why the next option is wrong. Alright, you have to give reasons also, and I have told you in detail. I have explained your Samudra Setu 2 operation in detail. Now you should not make mistakes in answering, while answering. Alright, so I think that Ripunjay has given the answer and Pawan is now satisfied. If you have any other query, then you can ask. Okay, so only first is correct. Absolutely. Why only first is correct? Because two ships, not INS Varun or INS Shardul, apart from this, INS Kolkata and INS Talwar. Alright, don't go for your INS Jalashwa and INS Magar. It will also be given, it can also be given in your options. Alright, so don't go for INS Magar and INS Jalashwa, because these are the ships that were operated at the time of Samudra Setu first, not at the time of Samudra Setu second. Alright, but at the time of Samudra Setu second, your INS Kolkata and INS Talwar, alright, they have entered the port of Manama, Bahrain, for embarking the transporting 40 million tons of liquid oxygen to Gujarat. One more mistake is given in this statement. Alright, one more mistake is given in this statement, and you have to answer this. Alright. One more mistake is there. Alright, yes, absolutely. Sakshi has given the correct answer. It is not Gujarat. Instead, it is going to deploy the oxygen cylinders in Mumbai, not in Gujarat. Alright, apart from using INS Kolkata, INS Talwar, it is going to land on in which state or in which city? It is your Mumbai. Okay, not in Gujarat, Sakshi. It is Mumbai. Okay, this you have to remember. No, in Mumbai also your Magar and Jalashwa were used at that time, and they went on the evacuation process from your Kochi port, not Mumbai. Okay, that was Kochi. Okay, but here is your Mumbai. Next question on your screen is given. You have to answer. You have to consider the statements regarding World Health Day, and you are given with three statements. Number one is its headquarters are situated in Geneva, Switzerland. Second statement is there are 194 member states, 150 country offices, 6 regional offices, and third statement is it began functioning on April 17, 1948, date now being celebrated every year as World Health Day. Very easy question, and you have to choose the correct statement from the following codes. Options are only first is correct, only second is correct, only third is correct, or all first, second and third statements are correct. So please answer this question, everyone. Very easy question. If you have learned the days very well, then you all know that World Health Day is not celebrated on 17th of April. Instead, World Health Day is celebrated on April 7 every year. Alright, so that is why you have which of the following statements would be correct. So then your options are not given. That is only first and second will be correct. Alright, first and second would be correct, and third statement would be wrong. Okay, this you have to remember. Pawan, 10 members are the, not 10 members actually, they are the 10 executive directors that I was telling. Alright, and these are the 10 board of directors that used to, these are the directors that take place, that take some of the functions of Reserve Bank of India. Alright, whatever their functions are, like making of any decisions, alright, and everything. So these are considered as your 10 executive directors. Whenever whenever any committee will be made, all right, then these executive directors are made the part of these committees. All right. Okay. Yes, I think no, you don't think. Actually, Varsha, only third is wrong, and the correct statements are first and second. All right. So maybe here choose the incorrect statement should be the question, but it's okay. You can know that only first and second statement are correct over here. Next question on your screen is given, and you have to answer. Consider the following statements and select the correct answer from the codes given below. First statement is your assertion. All right, and this is also known as your A statement. And in these types of questions, I was searching for the correction which is not there. Okay, it's okay. Aprajita, okay, so you can see now that it is your first and second is correct, but third is wrong. All right, so if we talk about assertion and reason part, all right, so what are these types of questions? So basically you are given in such type of questions, you are given with two statements. One is your assertion statement, all right, and next is your reason statement. All right, and how your options can be asked, like only assertion is true, but reason is wrong. All right, next is option can be your both A and R are true, and R is not the correct explanation of A. Alright, both A and R are true, but R is the correct explanation of A. Next is R is true, but R is false. Next statement is A is false, but R is true. So such types of, these are the fixed options that you would be getting in such type of questions. So what is the assertion statement here? The assertion statement is Iran has taken serious measures for developing Chabahar port in order to improve the country's maritime trade. And its reason is it raises critical concerns for India, as the port itself is often seen as a counterbalance to Gwadar port under China-Pakistan Economic Corridor CPEC. Alright, so you have to answer that. You have to answer from these options. Alright, Piyush Rajkumar, Piyush is saying that A is the correct answer. Aprajita is saying that C is the correct answer. Alright, so let's discuss what is the correct answer of this question. Alright. Okay, so let's discuss. Here your option number B is correct. Why so? Because both these statements are correct, but here R is not the correct explanation of A, because this is not the reason. Alright, this is not the reason, but this is the result of this assertion statement. So that is why both these statements, assertion and reason, both these statements are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. So that is why your option B would be correct. Alright, so Ripunjay is saying B, absolutely correct. Next, move to our next question. And what is it? Next question is given on your screen. Choose the correct statements regarding the India and Russia relations. First statement is given. Russia is India's largest defense supplier country. Alright, S-400 BrahMos. Next point is India and Russia have a target of increasing bilateral trade to $30 billion by the year 2025. And next statement is Kakrapara Atomic Power Station was built in India with Russian cooperation. So you have to choose the correct statements from the following codes. In which question, Prajita? How it can be critical concerns about counterbalance? Iran has taken serious measures for developing Chabahar port in order to improve the country's maritime trade, and it raises, because it is talking about India can bypass this. Yes, it is bypassing, but still it is like, alright, this is, yes, absolutely, India can bypass this in transporting goods to Afghanistan. Absolutely correct. But in between, this is the critical concerns about the safety of the people or safety of the vehicle. So that is why it is saying that it raises critical concerns for India, because it is the counterbalance to Gwadar port under China-Pakistan economic border. Alright, for the safety purpose, it is not good. Okay, so in the next question, which option is correct over here? Your first and only, alright, option number B is correct. Again, Ripunjay has given the correct answer. Only first and second is correct, and third statement is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because it is not your Kakrapara atomic power station that was built in India with Russian cooperation. Instead, Kudankulam nuclear power station. Kudankulam nuclear power station was built in India with Russian cooperation. Alright, it is not Kakrapara, it is your Kudankulam nuclear power station that you have to remember. Okay. Now we will move to our next question. Next question is very easy, and we have discussed this question earlier also. Yes, Prajita got the correct answer. That is option number B. Next question is, the Indian Army has established its first green solar energy plant in northern Sikkim, and this project was developed in a partnership with which of the following IITs? Options are IIT Roorkee, IIT Delhi, IIT Mumbai, or IIT Kanpur. So we have discussed this question earlier also. So please answer please give me the answer of this question. Nuclear power plant, Kudankulam, very good, Aprajita. And Indian Army has established its first green solar power plant in northern Sikkim, and this is the project that was developed in partnership with IIT Mumbai. This you have to remember. Okay, and its capacity is 56 kilovolt ampere and altitude is 16,000 feet. Okay, so for this solar energy plant, what is its capacity? You have to remember. Alright, its capacity is 56 kilovolt ampere and its altitude is 16,000 feet. Next question on your screen is given. Next question is, the world's longest pedestrian bridge has been started in which of the following country? Options are China, United States of America, Portugal, or Spain. So answer this question, we have already discussed, and you also have to name the bridge also. What is the name of the longest pedestrian bridge and how much long it is? Okay, very good, Ripunjay. And this should be the correct strategy, that in this way only you would be able to answer in your examination, and it will means like I want all of you to just be focused in our class, just be regular, alright, and I will assure you that you would be able to answer in the examination. Just looking at the question and looking at the options, you can answer these questions. Okay, any question? Okay, someone is saying Portugal, someone is saying China, and yes, the correct answer is Portugal, and the name is 516 Arauca. Name of the bridge, and it is known as the 516 Arauca because it is 516 meter long. Next question is, who among the following has been awarded the 29th Yuddhavir Memorial Award? Options are Ravina Singh, Dr. Evita Fernandez, Virat Kohli, or Akshay Kumar. Yes, absolutely, 516 and Arauca, and it is the longest pedestrian suspension bridge. It is also the suspension bridge that you have to remember. 516 meter length, and name is Arauca. Aprajita, Pramod, Pankaj, Varsha, Sakshi, Ravi Ranjan, Ibrar Gani, Varsha, Him Gangwar, Pavan, all are giving the answers. And the 29th Yuddhavir Memorial Award goes to Dr. Evita Fernandez, as she is the gynecologist who works for the welfare of the women's, alright, and she has worked a lot, and she is given this award for the recognition of his service for the cause of women's healthcare and empowerment, and our Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu presented this award to her. So you have to remember. Alright, this point Shrija Piyush is giving the correct answer. Next question is, who among the following has been appointed as the first women officer to command a road construction company RCC tasked to provide connectivity in a high altitude area along the India-China border? Not President Ripunjay, it is Vice President. Okay, so let's discuss. So you have to answer that who among the following has been appointed the first women officer officer to command a Red Cross company, Red Construction Company, tasked to provide connectivity in a high altitude area along the India-China border? Options are Deepika Kumar, Sangeeta Rani, Vaishali S. Hevase, or Kirti Subramaniam. If we talk about Border Road Organization, BRO, all right, so this is the authority, this is the main agency under which your road construction company work. And recently your 61st BRO, like your Borders Road Construction, it has celebrated its 61st Raising Day on 7th of May, and it was established in the year 1960, and its Director General is Rajiv Chaudhary. So recently, who is appointed as the first woman officer to command a road construction company? So the correct answer is Vaishali S. Hevase. Very good. Alright, everyone is giving the correct answer. Piyush, Ripunjay, Pavan, and Prajita, Pramod, Gyan Vigyan, alright, Ibrar, everyone is giving the correct answer. Next question is, you have to name the vaccine that is jointly developed by the German company BioNTech and US Pharma joint Pfizer for COVID-19. Options are BNT 162, Picovac, or both A and B, or none of the above. So please answer this question, and the correct answer is BNT 162. Alright, German company BioNTech and Pfizer company, both of these companies have jointly developed a vaccine that is named as your BNT 162. Very important for your examination. Alright, and this is a group of potential vaccines that are based on this is the vaccine that is made out of 4 other vaccines, alright, and that are the main messenger of RNA or DNA. So you have to remember this thing. And Picovac, this is the vaccine that was developed by China's Sinopharm and Sinovac, which is not approved by World Health Organization. Next question is, which of the following vaccine is not approved by World Health Organization for COVID-19 emergency use? Options are Covaxin, Covishield, Moderna, or Sinovac. Options are only first is correct, only second is correct, only third is correct, or only fourth is correct. Already read. Okay, Sakshi, but it is not read because it is the answer. Okay, so let's discuss that. You have to answer that which of the following vaccine is not approved by World Health Organization for COVID-19 emergency use, and the correct answer is China's Sinovac. Alright, China's Sinovac is not the correct answer. Yes, I have just given the answer. Okay, so this you have to remember. Okay, so today I will be discussing 10 questions only. Okay, because we have taken lots of discussion in our top headlines, also in our QR session also we have discussed a lot. So that is why I'm taking some lesser questions today, but tomorrow I will cover up all your questions. All right, so it is approved by World Health Organization, I think, for a minute. Okay, I will check it, Sakshi. Alright, if it is so, but earlier it was not so, that World Health Organization was not hasn't given the approval. Maybe in the month of May or later on, it has given the approval, and I am not. It is not in my knowledge. Alright, so I will check it and clear it out. Don't worry. So that's all for today. Thank you so much, everyone, and please take care, everyone. Stay home, stay safe, and before going, just like the session, share it with your friends, and if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe it and press the notification bell icon for all the updates of the video. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. Have a nice day and keep learning like this. Be regular in the sessions.